Boys Final Four action is on our way here at the Leopold Center at Temple University, where the Reading High Knights are facing Archbishop Ryan. With any deck of cards, you're going to find an ace. The same holds true for Kutztown softball as senior pitcher Savannah Neers looks to lead her Golden Bear team to their first victory of the PSAC playoffs. It's a beautiful night here at First Energy Stadium as the Fightin' Phils take on the Flying Squirrels in their second game of the series. Last night, they won against the Squirrels in a 6-3 victory. And with the spring season finally over, fans can get excited for opening day.
That's right. Monday, they'll be in Cincinnati, and Friday's the home opener.
It's a beautiful evening for softball and an EPC showcase at that, as number 3 Emmaus hosts number 2 Nazareth, two teams looking to really prove themselves in the league after a tough past couple of years. It's all about playoff hockey here tonight at the PPL Center and in Reading. Looks like Royals fans will be able to see their boys at least one more time on their home ice. From walk-on to NFL prospect, Kutztown's Jordan Morgan has made huge strides in becoming the person and player he is today. This weekend tells all as Lyman gets ready to answer the call of his dreams. 6 years ago, as a senior in high school, Morgan began his football career at Germantown. At first, it was to meet a school requirement, but later would lead him to walk on at Kutztown University, where his process really began.
It was one of those situations where I knew I loved the game and I knew I wanted to keep playing. I wasn't even sure I would really develop in college, but I knew like I had to give it a shot. I couldn't just not try it.
Unlike other sports that can thrive on one star player, it's the team effort in football that led Morgan to fall in love with the sport.
For me, it was just the competitiveness and the teamwork aspect. If one person on either side of the ball isn't getting their job done, that can be the sole reason why a team loses.
The Kutztown lineman has won numerous awards over his career, including the 2016 Gene Upshaw Award for Best D2 Lineman in the nation. After his last season as a Bear, he was invited to the 2017 Reese Senior Bowl and NFL Scouting Combine, where he made his biggest impression on NFL coaches.
Ultimately, the question mark for me was, can I do the same stuff against the highest level of competition? And that week, I showed that to every NFL team, and that's where a lot of them had already liked me or already curious, but I think that's where I made some of them fall in love with me.
Throughout his journey, however, Morgan began to see himself as more than just a football player, but also as a role model to other athletes and kids.
You start to realize things are bigger than just who you are as a person. Like I said initially, I just played the game because I had a passion for it. But then as you start to develop and do great things, people from all over sort of look up to you like, hey, if that guy can do it, why can't I? I mean, obviously, the road isn't easy, but I think if anything, I would just want to show people that if you really want something, you can really go out there and do it.
After years of hard work and dedication to the sport, it has all come down to the final week, leading him to his dreams of becoming an NFL draftee.
This week will probably be one of the most uncertain moments just because there's no telling where I'll really end up. But when I get that phone call, I know I'm definitely going to cry though, because it's just a culmination of years of hard work and dedication.
The draft kicks off on Thursday with first rounders and follows into Saturday, where the final names will be called, hopefully one of them being Jordan Morgan. From the Burke studio, I'm Krista Schauder, 69 Sports.
Time for a check of sports. Let's bring in WFMZ's Krista Schauder.
And happy Cinco de Mayo.
Yes, to you too.
We're celebrating with some baseball and the occasional taco.
Those tacos were good, weren't they?
They were good with some hot sauce. They were perfect. But for the Phils, they are back after a disastrous extra inning loss to the Cubs. They return to Citizens Bank Park for a 3-game series against the Nationals tonight. Philly has been good to the team with a 7-4 record in their home park. The Nats, on the other hand, lead the division, mostly due to runs and a lot of them. They're the highest scoring team in the league. Trying to keep Washington off the board is Nick Pivetta. It's the right-hander's first home start, and it comes against the team who drafted him. Steven Strasburg will take the mound for the Nats. First pitch is at 7:05. Yankees looking to fare better at Wrigley than the Phils did. Game 1 of a 3-game weekend set. And what a way to start off the series, but with a dinger. Cubs' Chris Bryant rips a solo homer here to right field, his 6th of the season. That puts the Cubbies up 1-0. Same score in the 6th. Kyle Schwarber joins the homer ride. He goes yard, makes it 2-0. Kyle Hendricks and the Cubs would shut down the Yanks. That is until the 9th. 2 out, 2 on for Brett Gardner. With a 3-run go-ahead homer, he takes advantage, and that would be the difference. With the 3-2 comeback, the Bronx Bombers knock off the Cubs. The Fightin' Phils were scheduled to have a doubleheader in Portland tonight. Weather has postponed both games till tomorrow. First pitch is scheduled for 1 o'clock. Ben Dubas's Grand Slam took Alvernia baseball to the winner's bracket final yesterday. Due to Mother Nature, today's game is also rescheduled to Saturday. With more on the Crusaders, here's WFMZ's Sam Marcinek.
Tie game, bases loaded, game on the line. Kids all over the country have played that in their backyard. Well, yesterday, Ben Dubas lived it.
All right, thank you, Sam. This morning, Reading High made their annual bus tour around the city. The state champion Red Knights visited local schools in the area. They shook a lot of hands and even showed off a bit on the court, but most importantly, passed life lessons. Lessons about more than just basketball.
Academics will take you farther than any sport, anything you want to do. Without academics, you can't play sports, or so just to maintain, stay focused on what he does, and if he loves basketball so much, then he got to continue to work on the academic side.
And that had to be a great treat for the kids to see Lonnie Walker dunk.
That's right, one of their true heroes, and he will be back next year, correct, with Miami?
Yes, at the Santander Arena, so that should be awesome for all fans of Reading.
They get one last chance to see him. All right, thank you very much, Krista.